What do you want? I'm in no mood to have my ear talked off, thank you. My back's afire. I can scarce talk for the pain. Leave an old man be. Mind, I wouldn't say no to some wildflowers, if you happen to have any with you. A handful of those, and I could prepare a poultice that'd help me make it home.
'Twould be a wasted opportunity not to make our delivery while we're here.
What is it now? Unless you brought me some wildflowers, I'd prefer to be left alone. Well, that was most kind of you. My thanks for the trouble. Right, here goes naught. Ah, that did the trick. Relief at last. I was beginning to fear that I'd be stuck here for the rest of my days. I've a mind to thank you, sir. Would you look in on me at my home? I live nearby. There aren't too many houses out here, so you'll find it soon enough, I expect.
Sir Galstaffer spoke of a reward for our efforts. Shall we call upon him at his home? Very well. I'll guide you there directly.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
Here, if you please.
Ow! Fie! My back! My thanks.
Our little band has come to feel like a family.
That explains the harmony betwixt us.
Oh, I should tell you. There's a forgotten riftstone nearby. I found it beyond the rift. Shall we go there now?
I? Beg pardon, sir, but...
Forgive me, dear. I forgot to tell you. I asked this good sir to look in on me.
Oh, not this again. How many times have I begged you not to bring strangers into our home?
I know, dear, but this one's a kindly sort. Brought me the wildflowers I needed to make it home when I threw out my back.
'Tis always one reason or another, isn't it? And has it e'er ended well for us? Not once. Mark my words, no one wanders this far out unless they are running from something.
This one's different, I promise you. You've heard tell of the Arisen, have you not? The hero who travels far and wide to track and fell the dragon.
Oh? So this stranger claims to be the Arisen? Believe what you will, but expect no hospitality from me. You may tend to our guest yourself.
You will have to forgive my wife. She has her reasons for being mistrusting, but you deserved a warmer welcome than that. Now let me fetch your reward. Wait here a moment.
I'll gather these now. It would be a shame to forget their location when we need them most.
Oh! Fie! My back! I've done it in again.
Goat stuffer, when will you learn to be more gentle with yourself?
Oh, hold your tongue. All the gentleness in the world won't stop the hurt from coming on when 'twill. It's only gotten worse of late. There's naught for it but to make for the curative spring.
In your state, you'll ne'er reach it. And that's to say nothing of the monsters that haunt the roads out there. They'll be on you in a moment if they see you limping along on your own. Oh, would that I could take you to the spring myself, but alas,
Don't even think on it, my dear. I'd not ask that of you, knowing how crowded places of that ilk make you feel.
But what are we to do? I fear for you, my love. The hot spring over on the island encampment would do my husband a world of good, but the way is treacherous for an injured man on his lonesome.
Look! Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
Fear not. You'll have your reward. I just need to sit still a moment. You'd be willing to accompany me all that way? You see, my dear, what did I tell you? The Arisen's a goodly sort. I've an eye for people.
Oh, don't be a fool, Gaustuffer. You have barely spoken to this person. What if you were being deceived? Did you think of that?
Come. Surely there are far more clever lies to tell if one's intent is to swindle. I'm not sure I can afford to refuse aid so freely given, my dear.
So be it then. 'Tis plain your mind's made up.
We'd best be along. My back isn't like to fix itself.
Pray see my husband safely to the encampment. I shall await your return.
This curative spring sounds as if 'twould do wonders for an aching back. Let us see the good dwarf there post haste. Very well. I'll guide you there directly.
Well, now, isn't this lucky? Someone who knows the way.
Could you come over here?
Seems we've stumbled into Saurian territory.
Seems our foe is resistant to fire. This curative spring sounds as if 'twould do wonders for an aching back. Let us see the good dwarf there post haste. I can guide you there, if you wish.
Well, now, isn't this lucky? Someone who knows the way.
Follow me. Do try to keep me in your sights, Master. I shan't lead you astray.
I've got a good feeling about this one. Searing heat or freezing cold? Which is the greater hardship, I wonder?
Be on your guard. The monsters here are prone to frenzy. Right, just follow me.
It's rather valuable, miss.
Perhaps fortune has deigned to aid us at last.
Lucky us. That's worth taking.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
Pulled that off with nary a hitch. This will be a rude shock for our foe to find you've pinched their loot. This is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
Follow me. Now we've a gore minotaur to fight. Hardly seems fair.
Shame I've no advantage against this foe. Are we all in the same boat?
This brute has quite the temper.
A reckless opponent makes for easy prey.
No quarrel here. I'll make them pay for that. In gold as well as blood.
Arisen, you been harmed?
Are we leaving already? Bother. I was just getting warmed up.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises. You'll not live to regret this.
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot help but feel indomitable.
Well, I'm sure there's still room for improvement.
Right, just follow me. Follow me, Arisen.
And I might just let you live.
My sword strikes true. resounding success.
Indeed, 'twas enough to make one pity our foe.
These writings could be of import.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
If memory serves, there is another place we were to visit not far from here.
Shall we head there now? It would save us having to make the trip again. At last! The moment I've been waiting for.
Follow me.
Everyone's as tired as I am.
Now there's a worthy prize, if only 'tweren't so far away.
Would that I ne'er had force to draw steel.
Right, just follow me. Good, we're here.
Puh! That's like to make me sick, it is. Still, there's not a swig of newt liquor can't fix, I always say. Bollocks, I'm all out. Boy there, come at a fine time, you have. Care for a rotten egg? 'Twas soft boiled right here in the hot spring. 'Tis mostly sand, won't kill you or naught. Huh. Bought me some newt liquor, have ye? Many thanks, Cos. Don't mind if I do. Aye, that's the stuff. There's naught finer than a gulp of newt liquor. After a hot bath, 'tis bliss, pure and simple. But I'll need me a nibble to go with my glug. Down the hatch. Aye, this is a dream come true, 'tis. Suppose you deserve aught for your trouble. Here you are, cuz. A soft-boiled egg, specially prepared right here in the hot spring.
Fancy a look at my wares?
Time for a few sips.
You've my thanks for this. At last, I've ne'er seen a more welcome sight. The spring here has been visited since times of eld for its curative properties. I only hope 'twill be able to ease the ache in my back. I'll go have my soak now, if 'tis all the same to you. Can't have Cleona fretting over how long I've been gone. whinges a bit.
'Twould seem I owe you a debt of gratitude and an apology. True to your word, you have seen my husband safely to the spring. I was so afeard for his well-being, I couldn't bring myself to sit at home, waiting, wondering. So I followed you at a distance, though now I see I needn't have. My husband and I are met with persecution everywhere we turn, you see. More than one village we thought to call home has driven us away. That is why we live in so far-flung a place. Gaustaffer can bear the judgment well enough, but I cannot. You, at least, have proven deserving of our trust. My husband was right about you. You are a kind soul, indeed. I shall not soon forget this good turn you've done my husband and I. You are welcome to visit us again, if your travels should happen to take you as far as our abode. I would fain lend you my skills as magic archer, Maester. And I'm certain my husband would be only too glad to take up his blacksmith's hammer for your sake.
You earned a favor from the magic...
Short though our acquaintance may be, your kindness and sincerity have earned my respect. And so, to aid you in your duty, I would grant you this technique, my most guarded secret as maester of my art.
You can't go in yet, sir. You haven't paid.
Here you are, Master. I hope you like it. I found it myself.
Greetings. I expect you must be weary from your travels, but you'll find this hot spring well worth the trip. Its healing waters draw upon the volcano's natural heat. Take a dip, and your fatigue shall melt away in moments. Always a pleasure.
Better place for an old woman's come rain or shine. I'll make the best of it. I'm in fine fashion today.
Always another errand to see.
Well, Rika's a fine leader, but I worry for her still.
Just a short rest, then I'll be off. Wonder what rumors the day has in store.
If I could, I'd never leave.
Even the best of us.
I trust you're bothering me for a reason.
Ought you need me?
Any interesting tidings to share?
What do ye want?
Tis better than any bath I've ever had by far. I must tell my own master about this when I return beyond the rift. I know where we can find useful materials for enhancing your...
Beg pardon, sir. I mustn't be distracted.
Have we met, sir?
Nothing makes me so happy as perfecting a new hue.
Dare I presume I've caught your eye?
Ah, I could stay in here all day. I found a place with some useful materials for enhancing our equipment. I've marked it down on the map.
If you enjoy the show, pray, toss us a few coin.
Can't say I've any tidings to share.
Farming might look like simple work, but isn't.
Must we speak now, sir? I've lots to do.
A pleasant spot to while away an afternoon. I could spend all day here.
Take opportunities as they come, I say.
I headed out on patrol.
Am I shedding? Must be
Not
my
much
winter
going
coat
on.
growing in.
Mayhap I'll come here and have a day to myself.
Would that I could spend all day here.
I ought to act a little more cheery.
Silence.
Got to order in some more pigments. I'm running low. Spend all day here.
I've not seen no to train up the others.
Might I not find a way to grow these plants with
I'll gladly.
While we're here, shall we take care of that other task we were entrusted with as well?
We'll make our way there in time. As to whether 'twill be sooner or later, that is for the Arisen to decide.
a welcome respite from all that hustle and bustle.
Have you come to be curious of while 'tis admirable to devote yourself to a single pursuit?
If aught befell my family, I don't know what I'd do. Ooh! It twinges a bit. Aye, you've my gratitude.
Full of misfortune. Pleasant space.
That'll be the night.
Love waking to knowing anything from off we should get.
Lots to do. Have precious little time.
Not all nature experience like that.
Can't afford any mistakes this
Ought to
time.
take a moment to replenish my strength. Word. I've not seen a critter like that. How am I to earn my bread? No one can buy it.
There's no right. Fancy a look at my wares?
I feel as good as new. Let the adventure continue. I'll be ready to tackle whatever comes.
No quarrel here.
Time for a few sips. All out. Well now, if it ain't the current Arisen. Faring all right. Have you come for a dip in the hot spring? Or mayhap to speak with me? Is that right? Suppose I can indulge you a moment, so long as I've a drink in hand. Consarn it. This bottle's empty. Apologies, cuz. But I can't talk with a parched throat.
Well met, sir. Let I be of service.
This It is for you, Master. I thought it might come in useful.
This letter is precious indeed. Shall we see it to Sir Ernesto at the encampment on Volcanic Island? A person of import, I take it? Very well. I will lead the way.
The vanguard is yours. Lead on.
I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
Come to think of it, we've already found what's needed here. It should be in one of our packs.
Oh, I'd not have thought we'd find one here.
The thrill of discovery never gets old.
I'll have to remember to tell my own master about this.
You're no soldier, are you? I expect your journey was a long one then. Planning to stay the night? I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a roof over your head at least. Much obliged.
Say, what?
You're no soldier, are you? I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. Shh. I can give you a roof over your head. Much obliged.
I've literally enough gold to spend.
Here, if you please.
The Queen Regent is not to be trusted.
Wearing armor all day feels like a punishment. What ought I to do?
We've come all this way, only to find ourselves unawaited. Perhaps our timing was awry.
A band of knackers!
Ice will be most effective against this foe.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
We've earned ourselves a pat on the back.
No doubt, this triumph.
I was so hoping you would visit. Is that strange?
Pray, hold a moment. Have you some business in our encampment? You may call me Ernesto. I have been charged with overseeing the patrols here on Volcanic Island. I'm afraid I cannot allow you to simply wander about as you please. Might I inquire as to what brings you here? You came all the way out here to deliver this to me? 'Twas most generous of you, sir. Now, pray, grant me a moment to pen a missive of my own. Here you are. Would you be so kind as to deliver this to a man by the name of Barbas? You will find him in the Agamemnon ruins, not far from here. Do this, and the author of that letter shall be afforded refugee status. I trust you understand the importance of this task.
We've a delivery to make, 'twould seem.
I'd rather not draw steel if I can avoid it.
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
I've weapons to sell. But is that really what you came out? Truth be told, I'm of half a mind to pack up and leave. What with the volcano growing more...
You can count on me to get it done right, sir. Much obliged.
Nothing caught your eye? That's a shame. Let's hope there's aught worth our coin next time.
I wish I knew your restraint, Arisen.
I've weapons to sell. Truth be told, I'm of half... a mind to pack up and leave. What with... The volcano growing more...
Much obliged. Fancy a gander? I find good.
Extraordinary, is it not? We need only hop on, and we'll be transported somewhere new.
Contraptions like these are best used when and as we find them.
A treasure chest. Oh, my mistake. 'Tis merely another spot for gathering materials.
You're no soldier, are you? I'd not recommend camping. You'll awake neath a blanket of ash. I can give you a roof over your head at least. Always a pleasure.
I kill not. I must go where duty calls me.
Now we shall be able to transport ourselves here at any time, so long as we've a ferry stone with us. We've arrived well enough. Where to next?
I'm the predicament.
I like to come here when I'm in
Our soldiers need better training.
I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
Nothing more pathetic than begging for your life.
I'm just grateful I get to lead a quiet life.
Preparation is key.
Glad I am to see you well. I've been wondering how you were getting on. Have you learned aught of the intent behind that letter? Twould seem my mother has joined hands with a Batali researcher to achieve her purpose. Which, according to this missive, is to arrange things so that I might rule the kingdom. But I don't understand. Vermont needs no consul. It's found its ruler, its sovereign, pretender though he may be. To say naught of you, does she mean to remove you and the false sovereign both from the picture? Is that what is meant by this tragedy? 'Tis a frightful thought, yet we are in a much stronger position for having learned of it. You've my gratitude for this. I now know what 'tis I must do. What am I to do about Mother? Pray, take care if you
I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible.
do about combat training? What to do about combat training?
What am I to do about Mother?
Here's hoping there'll be no trouble. Wasn't all my days were such.
I'm sure I could find a good patron.
Now, where was
No
I
one
headed?
wants that.
Always sets me to think, this place.
Can't help but talk in a whisper when I'm here.
Time's wearing off.
Someone comes looking for a fight. I won't say no. Been a while since I heard a good story. I've little enough gold to spend this year.
So many happy voices. So many happy voices carried on the wind.
Was it I had planned for the morrow?
There's no shame in living life this way. Just to sit and watch the world.
I'm on spend.
Never done near enough for boisterous. Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off a hermit. Mayhap I'll go on an adventure of my own.
There's ought to be said for peace, quiet. I'm near tired of the tale.
Tis quiet about.
I'm just grateful I get to be here.
Hope I didn't leave the pot on top. This place is very dreary.
I've little enough gold to spend this year.
A fine spot to take my mind off my
Not much
troubles.
going on.
Nice place to sit and watch the world go by.
Was it I had planned?
Let me think on this a moment. Leery eyes all round. We've a long night ahead.
Now, where was I headed?
I find myself drawn to quiet spots like this.
So many happy voices carried on the wind.
Always sets me to think.
I ought to find someone to buy me a drink.
Not much going on.
I like to come here when I need a minute to think.
Happiness is a full schedule.
So many happy voices carried on the wind.
I need my help.
A place to soothe the spirit.
There's no shame in living life this way.
I ought to tend to.
Crowns and politics are no concern of mine.
Sometimes I wonder if I'd be better off a hermit.
I'll have to remember. I'll be done for the day.
So many happy voices carried on the wind.
I'll find myself a worthy patron soon enough.
I'm not sure what to do with myself today.
Welcome, sir.
Would that I had a helping hand.
Where to now?
It's on me to bear what younger shall bear. The latest tidings from Melv came as quite a shock. It's been decades since the dragon last appeared. 'Twas a tragedy to those who suffered the beasts.
There's comfort in the humdrum of daily life.
I'm not sure what to do with myself today.
This place is dead for one day.
Nice place to sit and watch the world.
Ah, good, you return. I find myself on edge when you stray from my line of sight.
Someone comes looking for a fight, I won't say no.
Getting proper rest is an important duty in its own right.
Shall we hunt a few monsters to start the day off?
Off we go then.
Oh, I don't know about you, but I am full of vim and vigour.